What's up, YouTube familia? It has been a while. I know. Don't kill me. I know y'all been waiting on this DMT story. I've just been really busy with life. I've been really busy like manifesting my dreams so that they can become reality and, you know, um, materialize. My roller coaster kind of started in November. The housing market is crazy. If anybody is looking for a house or has been looking for a house or just recently bought a house or is selling a house, good job. But yeah, I sold a house, bought a new house, bought some land, moved off grid. Um, just finding peace, honestly. So yeah, Knee Deep Healing is officially off grid, new location. I'll let you guys know location soon. And I'm also gonna be starting a new channel. Or some new channels, because there's other stuff I want to talk about besides healing, and I don't want to really integrate those things. So I'll separate them. And I don't know if you guys can hear all the sounds, just bird sounds, peace. It's wonderful. So I've been getting my head space together, getting my home space together, and I'm back and I'm ready to chat with y'all. So I know y'all been waiting on this DMT story. Here we go. All right, so I did DMT in March, mid March, mid March in Mexico, Playa del Carmen, Mexico, with Zenga Guru. I'll leave the link in the description box for you guys. But I did it 3 times. I did it once on the first day, and then I did it twice on the second day. So I was under the impression that it would be kind of like my synthetic DMT experience, where like I took a hit, went where I needed to go, and then came back, and it would be like 10 minutes each hit. And I did that 3 times, but it was not like that with the toad. It's like inhale, 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 keep inhaling it all. You just take one big hit. I didn't like that. Like, if it were my choice, I would break it up. But, maybe they know what they're doing more so than I do. But because of that, I was supposed to just do it 2 days in a row. But because of that, I'm like, I want to do it twice on the second day. So I just paid the extra money and did it twice the second day. So first day, it's a beautiful location. And I had a homegirl do it with me, which was really awesome, because I would have done it alone, but it's nice, to have a friend or somebody else do it with you. So we got there, they set everything up. There was like sound bowls, just a vibe. And I take my hit. I'm inhaling, and it's like I'm out, and I like lie down, face down, and like my entire face was covered in dirt. I could see it on my eyelashes. I could see like dirt on my eye, all inside my mouth. And I'm just like in my mental, like, I don't care. Like, I am the dirt. I am all things. Like, it just didn't matter that I had dirt all over me, all over my body. It was just everywhere. And the granules like were so small. Like, it's like I could feel what it was like to be dirt, if that makes sense. That, that universal oneness, that connectedness was like definitely there. But my first hit, I just connected directly. I'm going to call her by her real name, with Tiamat, or you may know her as Madre Tierra, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Kai, many names she goes by, but I'm going to call her Tiamat. So I connected directly with Tiamat, and I could just feel all of her pain. I was also getting like this download, like the mushroom ring. I was also getting this download, like no wonder so many people are disconnected with like their mothers, or like the mothering, like loving, nurturing energy is like off on the planet, period. And it's like, well, of course it is. Look at how shitty we treat the divine mother Tiamat. Like, look how we treat her. Like, the trash, the disrespect, the no respect for the plants. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's what I felt. And I was just crying. I could feel all of her pain. And I just was saying, I'm sorry. We just don't know any better. Like, us simple humans, people, basically, like, we just don't know any better, because it's really what it is. Like, we really don't. know any better. So um, she came in and she was just like, I could hear her and I could feel her. And she was saying, don't cry for me. And she was like pretty stern about it. She's like, don't cry for me. I'm going to take care of everything that's not vibrating on, vibrating on the frequency that I need. I'm going to take care of it, and she was just telling me like, I'm evolving. I'm fine. Like I got this. She's basically telling me like, don't shed your tears for me. I got this. I'm fine. And I just think like, it's really interesting. Like the planet is heating up, and think about what our bodies do when we get sick. You know what I mean? We go into fever. You know what I mean? Our body heats up. The planet is heating up. Like Tiamat is taking care of what she needs to take care of. And I'm seeing it like right now in real time. So that was really interesting. I just connected with the mother the first time. The second and third time I connected directly with source energy. I tried to record. I got a couple of recordings, but like the stuff that I wanted to record, I just kept having issues. Like the SD card would be full, or I think that I hit record and it wasn't recording, or it would stop recording because the SD card got full. So I'm like, okay, source is like, this isn't for everybody. This is for you. This is private. So that's, how I took it. And it's just so hard to explain because it's more a feeling of frequency and vibration. And it's like, how do you explain frequency and vibration or feeling? Like, how do you describe that? It's so hard to explain what I experience on DMT, but the best way I can describe it is I felt nothing and then I felt everything. Like almost simultaneously, but it was like a pause in between. It only lasts 10 to 15 minutes. The third time it lasted longer because I had it in my system already. So the last time it lasted about a good 20 minutes. Like I'd just be sitting there and I just, afterwards, and just my body was still vibrating and everything. But yeah, connecting with source, I would just say I went into what people would describe as dark matter energy. They say about 96% of the universe is complete blackness, just dark matter. And for me, that was my interpretation of what source was. It was just nothing. It was completely black. And then a vibration went off, and this ripple effect, I could see this ripple effect of energy. And after that, because I was laying down and I'm just like in the peaceful void. And then all of a sudden that ripple happened and my body like sprung up and I was like, like all of the energy of source was like going through this vessel. And it was just a lot. Like my entire body was just vibrating. My mouth was wide open. And then I just would like fall back down and lay back down. And then it would be like this peaceful void. And I mean, it's just very difficult to explain, It's completely different than any other psychedelic experience I've ever experienced, okay? It's not for the weak. Like, you decide you want to do the toad, you better be ready because it's just a lot. Like, my entire body was like flinging all over. It's like the energy was just, it's like all of the energy was just, I don't know, it was a lot. So, that was my experience. I feel like I'm missing stuff, like leaving stuff out, but whatever. Whatever. Y'all get the gist. Now they say that with DMT, like the real work starts after the trip. So I can say that that's true. Like after the trip, DMT basically activates the pineal gland, releases DMT. And afterwards, like the dreaming is amazing. Like there's no more dreaming from a third person narrative. When I dream now, I'm in first person narrative. Like the same way my higher self is like in this body present is the same way I dream. I'm making conscious decisions when I'm dreaming. I'm not like an outsider just looking at myself, dream. So lucid dreaming is a thing, and it's a lot of dreaming. Like right afterwards, I was dreaming a lot. And something else that was like really cool is, how when you dream, and you wake up, like you can't go back into the dream? No. Okay, after the toad, it's like I was going right back into the dreams. There was one night I woke up 4 times, and each time I was able to go right back into the dream. So it's like more control because you have more DMT, and DMT releases when you dream, and it's just like it's just a beautiful thing. Another thing that I found interesting, if y'all watched my my other DMT video, I talk about when I did synthetic DMT, I talked about how there was a point where I was like having a conversation with Spirit, and Spirit was saying like, you have no idea how big the universe is, because the sun was like a tiny marble. It was like this, like, and very far away. And Spirit was saying like, you have no idea how big the universe is. And Spirit said, turn around. And I started turning around, but I couldn't turn around because it was like, it was almost like I wasn't, my consciousness was not elevated enough to even look at that energy, to even like get a peek of that energy. Like it was like, no, you're not at that level yet. But what I could see when I did turn around was just infinite darkness. And the way I'm interpreting my experience with the toad is that is the difference. I now understand. I have a knowing of why they call synthetic DMT the spirit molecule and 5-MeO DMT the God molecule, because it's like, okay, you go from spirit to like the void where God is, so that's how I interpreted it. I interpret source as black nothingness, the void, where everything came from, where anything can be created, and anything is possible, and energy is high. That's the way I interpret it. And that was pretty much my trip. If you guys have any questions, please ask. If you've ever done the toad and you just want to share anything, please put it in the comments. I will comment back, I promise. You guys subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be keeping y'all posted too about my new channel, where we'll just be going over like life off the grid, things that I'm going through. Like I found a snake in my basement where I sleep yesterday. So, we'll just be going over life off grid, and I'll be sharing this journey that I'm on with you guys. One other thing I have to say too is like, if you're not ready to start living for God and doing what God wants you to, and like stepping in your purpose, I wouldn't even bother with DMT. I wouldn't even bother with the toad, because it can change you. You know what I mean? Y'all know I was living the LA life and just being with spirit and being with source. It's like I'm doing what God wants me to do. Basically, I don't even feel I have control, over my life, obviously, but in a way, I feel like I don't have control over my life. Another thing that is really interesting, my past life regression. If anybody watched my past life regression with Astro, there's a part in the past life regression where he shows basically like a film of what your life would look like if you follow your purpose and stay on your path and do what you're supposed to do. And then he shows like a 2-minute film of what happens if you basically screw off and don't follow your path. And during the 2-minute video, like the 2-minute film part where I was viewing my life, had I followed my purpose, I saw myself on some land, and I was like in the wooded part of the land with a child on my hip. My partner was there. I couldn't see his face. It was blurry. But my partner was there, and we were doing something. We were doing something on the land. And I thought that I wasn't in America. But now that I'm on my land, I realize that that view that I was seeing was me on my land. So it's just really interesting to be here and to be walking in my purpose. And I hope this inspires you guys to walk in your purpose. I'm inspiring everybody to do psychedelics, and not for partying purposes or BS, but to do it to find out why you're here. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just here. And we, the collective, have a purpose. We have a reason to be here. And there's a lot of evildoers that are kicking our ass as a collective right now. And yeah, I just want to be in my highest purpose. So like this video, y'all. Send it to someone who's interested in doing the toad. Again, if you have any questions, just comment below. I'll answer all of them. And then subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And message me. Tell me what y'all want to see more of, you know. But there's going to be good stuff coming soon. So love you guys. Thanks for listening. Peace.